Yo, fellas, if y'all want to see me wife a girl that looks like this, or even this, tap in with my Instagram, man. My goal is 10K followers. If y'all active, I will follow back. Come on, y'all. I know we could do it, but hey, here go the vid. As the season went on, our team was getting better and better. Now, last time we talked, we had about 9 wins and 1 loss. But now, we had improved our record to 40-2. And not only were we winning, I was also breaking records in the G League. And after a slow start to the season, I was becoming more efficient and a better player all around. Sometimes I do wonder if the college route would have been better for me. But I think I'm right where I'm supposed to be in the G League. I was learning a lot from the vets that was helping out with the team. Man, if it wasn't for them, we probably wouldn't even be in this position. Even if they would tell me something I didn't want to hear, I would always try to key into what they were saying and try to learn more. And honestly, I needed it. I mean, y'all see what Cuzzo been doing in the league. I gotta live up to the family standard now. I can't get drafted and be a bust. But speaking of the draft, I began to headline several different draft blogs. The way I've been playing lately had my draft stock rising. And I ain't gonna lie, man, after I seen that, it made me work 10 times harder. In practice, I was starting to show out more than usual. One of the OGs even told me if I keep this up, I might reach that level Cuzzo was at. And that's saying a lot, man. But I mean, that's the ultimate goal, right? To come to the G League and write my own story. I know my name gonna always be tied to his because we family. But they gotta know me for my game and not his game. I'm my own person. I love Cuzzo, but I gotta do my thing, man. Now next up, we had a big game against Sharife Cooper and Amani Bates. Now some thought Sharife was the best PG in the league, and we all know how Amani Bates is. But hey, they ain't matched up with me yet. So as soon as it was game time, I knew I had to prove myself. And just like that, it was go time. Now as I mentioned, this was an epic PG duel. So everybody around the league was talking about this, and they was waiting for it. And straight out the gate, our big man got dunked on. Yeah, it was a rough way to start the game. But y'all already know, we got 40 wins and 2 losses. We gotta come in here and just do what we normally do. But Amani Bates, he tried to heat up quick. So we had to come down on the other end and get a bucket. But y'all boys ain't new here, man. As soon as we get the board, we pushing that ball in transition. Hit Sharife with a nice move, and then I went straight to the cup for a light little dunk. I told y'all I ain't got the bounce like that, but I'm starting to get up a little bit. Nothing like Cuzzo though. We got the board and pushed it in transition again, and let me introduce y'all to Sniper Gang Lonnie. But y'all already knew what it was though. And at first, I was playing some good defense on Sharife. He was on a little bit of a cold streak at first, but hey, he tough, man. He ended up getting away with a little offensive foul, but he got his first bucket. I don't know how he got away with that, but it is what it is. I was just hoping the refs ain't cheat us this game like they did UConn. But I mean, it's the G League, this ain't college basketball. As I get the nice assist to my big man, and then it was time to cook. 11 up, the quarter almost over. So you know I gotta do what I gotta do. They put their backup PG on me, and I went straight to the cup. Them boys already knew I could shoot, but they forgot I was lightning quick. But hey, for their sake, they better find out fast before this game get ugly. And midway through the second quarter, that's exactly what happened. I mean, we had about a 12-point lead, and then I caught a lob and made it a 14-point lead. Now, for those of you who don't know, Sharife's girlfriend is Ash Cash, and she was in the building. No disrespect, but hey. She gotta come rock with a real shooter. I made eye contact with her after that 3, and that's where I really started to heat up. And on the next possession, I got a little back screen from my teammate, and I ended up finishing a tough layup. It definitely should have been an and 1, but I told y'all, we got the UConn refs, they ain't rocking with me today. I was honestly surprised that we had a sizable lead. I mean, this was the best PG versus the best PG. It don't get no better than that. But that's just a testament to how hard we've been working all season. But I told y'all, man, I was starting to heat up. Had to hit Sharife with the up. You dropped something? Then I got the easy dunk on the other end. It was really over with from that point. I mean, we had about a 20-point lead. Now it was just a matter of time. Ended up hitting a step back on their backup PG. Yeah, I was a matchup nightmare for these boys. Now it had to be some thick Latinas in the crowd or something, because these boys was looking discombobulated on defense. I mean, on that fast break, they ain't even guard me when I dunked it. I mean, we can clearly tell I'm a different breed, because if I see a thick Latina in the building, boy, I'm finna try to go for 50, and ain't nobody stopping me, just like they didn't on this layup. But like what Nick Cannon shoulda did, it's time to wrap this thing up, man. I mean, we up by like 30. It was a good battle between me and Sharife, but all in all, this thing over. I got my last little bucket, and it was a tough one. Hit a turnaround, fade away, close shot. Your boy was different. I was getting in my bag now. And just like that, we got the dub. Your boy had took down 2 of the best players in the G League. And like a letter that's being sent to the post office, I was stamped. And on top of all that, I had another 40-point performance. Now don't get me wrong, I'm cool with dropping 40, but we gotta lock in, man. We had one more game to go before the playoffs started. I was focused on getting drafted, but hey, I'm here in the G League, so I might as well try to win the ship, right? Or at least some awards. Let's maximize this as much as we can. I ended up losing my wallet before this game, so sadly, I couldn't use none of my debit cards. But luckily, I looked on the floor and found a couple dimes. Yep, straight out the gate, we was trying to go crazy. Y'all already know what we doing. We getting that ball, we trying to push that thing in transition. Hit him with a nice little hesitation move. It was nobody in the paint. And I went up for the easy off one, 2-handed slam. Hopefully I can get my bounce up more in the league, because these dunks be looking kind of weak after I watch them later. But in the first quarter, I was trying to do a little bit of everything, man. I ended up talking to Cuzzo a little bit before the game, and he told me start posting up. I mean, that's what NBA scouts look for. If you a point guard that can post up, it just make your game even better. You can do more, you versatile with it. And I ended up cooking this dude with a bunch of jab steps and hit a tough contested 3. They really couldn't guard me out here. And this thing was getting absolutely out of hand. I mean, it was 8-20. And I had to welcome these boys to LONNY Island. I don't know what was on their scouting report, but these boys was definitely leaving me wide open on these 3s. Hey, so I kept cooking. Ended up sending that boy to the gulag, and then went to the store and got some barbecue lays. I mean, it was way too easy out here, man. Somebody need to stop me. I know I'll be talking crazy, y'all, but hey, I was still locked in. Like I said, the playoffs was coming up, so we can't take this game lightly, even if we is winning by a lot. As I get the nice dish to my teammate and he hit the corner 3. But like I was saying, we got to be serious and focused. I'm trying to win a chip while I'm here, no doubt. And by the way, what's y'all favorite Pop-Tart? Because I had this dude looking stupid off the pump fake. Man, drove to the lane, hit a nice little acrobatic lay right over their center. Way too easy. I was super hot this game. Going into the third quarter, they started to make a little bit of a comeback. So you know what I had to do? I had to keep being aggressive. Asked for a screen and ended up getting another tough lay that should have been an and one. I don't know why we keep getting these UConn refs, but we need to get some better officials because they out here hacking, man. Bet you if I had an Iowa jersey on, I'd be getting every call. But speaking of Iowa, I was wide open in transition, and I pulled that thing just like I'm Caitlin Clark. And just like that, I drained it. These dudes couldn't stop me anywhere on the floor. By the time the fourth quarter hit, it was the same situation as last game. We was up by like 20, and this one was about over with, as I drove and got a tough layup. But I mean, hey, we handled business this game. This was the last game before the playoffs, and we was looking strong. It was looking like everybody on the team was locked in, the rookies, the vets. All we had to do was go out and show out. Nice little Euro step, shout out to D Wade. But after that, coach decided enough was enough, and he subbed me out the game. To be honest, I thought I was gonna be out a little earlier, but it was all good. But anyway, we ended up getting the dub fairly easy in dominating fashion. I wish Cuzzo could have helped out the Chicago G League team because these boys was trash. I mean, that game wasn't that competitive at all. But as for the stats, your boy ended up dropping 32 points, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists. I would say all around, I had a pretty decent game. Now the G League playoffs, them things started before the actual NBA playoffs. So I couldn't go to Cuzzo and ask him for some advice about how I should approach this. But he still gave me advice on how I should approach it in general, even though he hadn't been there yet. And he told me, just lock in on the details. It's going to be different than the regular season. I mean, you're going to be playing a team in a series now. And some of the vets was telling me, some of these G League guys take the playoffs very seriously. I mean, this is their chance to get called up. So they got to show out at the next stage. And for me, I was in the same boat. I still had a chance to boost my draft stock and show these scouts what I can do. So you best believe I was fully locked in. And now, all we gotta do is go out there and execute. And after that, the NBA dream gonna come true.